Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha, Srimad Varavara Munaye Namaha, Srimad Lokarya Mahagurave Namaha. Vanga Kadal Kadainda, the 30th and the last Phalashruti Pasuram of Thiruppavai. In this Pasuram, Āṇḍāḻ calls out the two divine names of Emperuman, Madhava and Kesava. Vanga Kadal Kadainda Madhavanai Kesavanai. Parasara Bhattar has some interesting and joyous explanation for these two names, and those are given as Ithihyams for this Pasuram. Emperuman churned the milky ocean to get the Amrita, the nectar that would give immortality. He churned that because he wanted to give that nectar to the Devas. There were many things that came out while he churned, and he gave those to the various Devatas. He gave the Halakala Visham, the poison, to Shiva. He gave the Airavat. So many things kept coming and he kept giving them. Finally, Sri Mahalakshmi Tayar appeared. He took Tayar for himself. While explaining this, Bhattar quotes Thirumangai Āழ்வார்'s Pasuram. Vinnavar amuduna amudil varum pennamudunda emperumane. This means, O Lord, Emperumane, when the Devas consumed the Amuda, Vinnavar amuduna, amudil varum pennamudu. Unda Emperumane. You consumed the divine nectar Pirati herself. Bhattar indicates that he took the real nectar of Sri Mahalakshmi and gave the pulp that's extracted after the churning process to the Devas. The name Madhava itself means that he is the suitor, the groom of Mahalakshmi. So, by taking Sri Mahalakshmi Pirati while the milky ocean was churned, he is aptly called Vanga Kadal Kadainda Madhavan. That is the one who churned the milky ocean to get Sri Mahalakshmi and became the husband of Sri Mahalakshmi. Next, for the name Keshava. Keshava means one who is the lord of Brahma and Shiva. When the Devatas were in distress, Emperuman churned the milky ocean to give them the nectar and the other stuff and to relieve their distress. By doing this, he established firmly his position as the Supreme Lord. So, Kadal Kadainda Kesavan, the Kesava who churned the milky ocean, would also be apt because he became the leader. And Kesava means the Lord of Brahma and Shiva. The nectar that was desired by the Devas was not desirable for Emperuman. They just needed some, or Acharya say, Upanyāsam, which means the nectar that comes, the juice that comes from salt. Just some salty nectar. Whereas, what Emperuman desired was the real Amudil Varum Pennamudil, the nectar that came from the ocean itself. So, for Emperuman, the real nectar was Sri Mahalakshmi, whereas the nectar that he gave to the Devas was just the chakka, the pulp. Now, Parasara Bhattar would say Madhavan, and when he said the word Madhavan, he would open his mouth and he would show that to indicate that it was so sweet. He would make the abhinaya such that they are so sweet and he's enjoying it. And then when he said the name Keshavan, he would signify as though it's the extracted pulp and as though he's pulp. So, Parasara Bhattar says that by saying Madhavan, Āṇḍāḻ indicates he got the nectar of Sri Mahalakshmi, and by saying Kesavan, she indicates that he got the ordinary ocean-based salty nectar. Such an interesting anubhavam, isn't it? Next in this Pasuram, Āṇḍāḻ states that for those who learn the 30 pasurams of Thiruppavai that were sung by Āṇḍāḻ in her Gopika Bhavam, they would get all the grace of Emperuman. Yengum Thiruvarul Pettu Inburuvar. Now, the Vyakhyaanakarta, the commentator, clarifies the natural question that would arise in one's mind. Well, we don't have the bhavam or bhakti of Āṇḍāḻ, so would we get the results that Āṇḍāḻ states here? Parasara Bhattar's explanation is mentioned as an Ithihyam for this Pasuram. Cows deliver milk when they see their calf. So to milk a cow, the Gopas would often tie the calf in front of them. Now let's just say that there was a cow that lost the calf. Now what would people do then? People would stuff the skin and create a phony calf. This cow would see that phony calf and would still, out of compassion, secrete milk. It sees the calf like skin, but does not really see whether there is life in it. Similarly, Emperaman also would not look our intentions and our bhakti, but just the mere act of saying the Thiruppāvai pasurams would ignite his compassion, and he'll give us the same results that he would give for someone who has so much bhakti or who had the bhava. I mean, of course, nobody can have the bhava of Āṇḍāḻ, but the results that he gave Āṇḍāḻ. So, Bhattar asserts that those who learn and recite the 30 pasurams of Thiruppāvai will be as happy as the Gopikas of Gokula and Āṇḍāḻ who enacted the Vratham, and the Gopikas of Gokula who observed the Vratham. The last Ithihyam for Thiruppāvai is Bhattar's direction for all of us. All Srivaishnavas should wake up early and chant all the 30 pasurams of Thiruppāvai. If that is not possible, then we should chant at least the 29th pasuram of Chitranjirgale. And we should do this as a kainkaryam to Emperaman for his pleasure, not for our pleasure. Let's just say that we say even that is not possible. It's not possible to recite 30 pasurams of Thiruppāvai. It's not possible for me to recite even one Chitranjirgale pasuram of Thiruppāvai. Then what should we do? Well, Parasara Bhattar says we should at least meditate that there are these pasurams and that Parasara Bhattar was so attached to this Divya Prabandham Thiruppāvai. Just doing that would get us the grace of Emperaman. So, let us also attempt to do as Parasara Bhattar ordered, not just meditate upon Parasara Bhattar, but let's attempt to chant the glorious Thiruppāvai, all the 30 pasurams every day. And with that, Yengum Thiruvarul Pettu Inpuruvar Empāvai. Vangak Kadal Kadainda Madhavanai Kesavanai Tingal Tirumugattu Cheyidayar Senniranji Angapparai Kondavathai Anipuduvai Paingamala Thanderiyal Bhattarbiran Kode Sonna Sangat Tamil Malai Muppadum Tappame Ingi Parisuraipar Idirandu Malvaraithol Shengan Tirumugattu Chelvat Tirumalal Yengum Thiruvarul Pettu Inpuruvar Empāvai. திருவாடி பூரத்து செகத்துதித்த ஆழ்வாழியே திருப்பாவை முப்பதும் செப்பின ஆழ்வாழியே பெரியாழ்வார் பெத்தெடுத்த பெண் பிள்ளை வாழியே பெரும்பூதூர் மாமுனிக்கு பின்னான ஆழ்வாழியே 140 முன்னுரைத்த ஆழ்வாழியே உயரரங்கற்கே கண்ணி உகந்தளித்த ஆழ்வாழியே மறுவாரும் திருமல்லி வடநாடி வாழியே மண்புதுவை நகர் கோதை மலர்பதங்கள் வாழியே. ஆண்டாள் திருவடிகளே சரணம். ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம்.